better think about what you're saying. You better think about the consequences of your actions.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think. Let your mind go, let yourself be free.
Do you think that if you are inside the politics, you can influence the perception, the society perception first, and the development too? But the society perception.
I think
Do you think that politics can organize the society and to influence the perception?
I think you can, and you have to be humble, I think, to what extent you actually change society. But I do think you can, because what you can do as a politician is put things on the agenda, and they're being discussed. And that's why what I really appreciate about the two ladies that are in the parliament for the Animal Party, they started off their careers or active lives as animal activists. So they were fighting for animal rights, and then at some point they realized, well, if we really want to make a change, we need politics. They had never envisioned to be politicians. They were fighters for animal rights. But they said, yeah, we need, and in current politics and the current political parties, no one's fighting for animal rights. So they started their Animal Party. And up to today, they are the most activist in the parliament. And when they suggest things from changing, they suggest that on Monday in parliament they have a meat-free Monday, so they don't serve meat in the canteen. People laugh at them. They suggest this in parliament, and people from a lot of political parties laugh because of their ridiculous ideas. But I've heard them say in interviews that throughout the years, because they've been in parliament since 2002, I believe, perceptions have changed, at least in parliament, and people do reconsider, for example, their meat consumption, and they have co-drafted some new laws. So yes, I do think that politics plays an important role to change perceptions ultimately, because at least it's maybe it can be one of the first steps in changing ideas in society, because it puts something on the agenda, and as soon as it's being discussed, of course as we've also seen with laws regarding homosexuality, I mean, it's not that the law ensures everyone to be safe, because society is not 100% reflection of the law. But yeah, I do think politics is important, and that's why I was interested in it, to push your ideology, your ideals, to discuss them and discuss what kind of society do we want. Because yes, societies are, at least for some part, shaped and structured in politics, in parliament. So.
And you have the last word to say for all the people who don't go to vote, who think that it's not important, or what can you say?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important to vote. I recently had a conversation with my brother's girlfriend, who told me she was not going to vote. And I was really surprised. I mean, how can you not vote? She said, I'm just not interested in it. So yeah, then I think, I don't really know all these parties, so I decide not to bother myself with voting. And I appreciated at least the humbleness of her to say, well, I don't know much about the party, so it would be silly for me to vote because I actually have no idea. But I don't really understand when people say that, it doesn't interest them, because your life is
based on the elections.
Yes. The kind of society that we have and what we find normal and what we want in society, it is for a part determined in politics. And you can't, if you don't vote, how are you going to complain then about a law being made or some kind of policy that politics produces that you don't agree with? How can you complain about politics if you don't vote?